ever lost a valuable item? And if you have, can you share your feelings and emotions throughout the whole situation?
Sure. Let's see. I recently lost my ring. I wear this ring everywhere, every day, like for a really long time since I've got it from my home country in Nepal, and it just means a lot to me because I don't know, it's something my mom gave me, so I always wear it and stuff. And I recently misplaced it, and I really can't seem to find it. But I don't know. It just means a lot to me, and I hope I can find it. And another thing is my phone last year. I was at like a local event at school, and I guess like one of my jeans, it just had a pocket in the back, the jeans I was wearing that day, and it just fell out of it. And I realized it like 2 minutes later, but it was 2 minutes too late because when I went back to where I was to look for it, somebody had already taken it. And I was hoping that person was a good enough person to turn it into the school, but um, just no, someone just took it, and I searched for it for a whole week. I went on Find My Phone, and I was like constantly on it, like checking if they would turn on my phone, but they had turned it off and they wouldn't turn it back on. So I guess they were just hoping like no, like people would stop searching for it. And it just was valuable, first of all, because I wasn't able to afford a new phone financially and stuff. So it was just really sad because I was phoneless for quite a while. And also on top of that, I had recently turned off the cloud for my photos. So whatever photos I had on that phone, I completely lost it. Um, I couldn't retrieve that back at all. So I was very, very upset, and it was very emotional for me because I had traveled a lot, and I had a lot of photos on there and a lot of memories with a lot of friends stuff, and I just could never get it back.
Okay. After hearing this opportunity and the proposed solution, what are your general ideas and feelings towards it all?
Um, I think it's a great product. Personally, I would probably use it on things that are bigger, like bigger items that like it's really valuable to me. Like even though my computer and my phone, like they have Find My iPhones, I don't always trust that because if you're not logged in, or like if you like log out of Find My iPhone, like you can't find that. So I would probably put it in like my laptop sleeve, or like even my phone case. Like there's like one of those where you can put your credit cards and stuff. So I'd probably put it in something that's really valuable to me. But little items, I don't see how I could, like for example, my ring. Like I don't know how I would use that. I mean, because what if your app just fails or something and you can't trace it? So it would be useless for you to have it. But then again, tracing your steps like I did for my ring, I couldn't find it still. So or even my phone, I still couldn't find my phone. So sometimes it's just, I feel like yes, there is, but then no, there isn't.
Okay, so on a more personal level, what is your current system in locating either valuable items that are lost or misplaced?
Um, when it comes to like big enough items, or like even little items, I guess I'm a very organized person. So when I like come home, there's a designated area for like whatever it is. But like when I'm like the way I lost my ring is because I was out, and I think I had just probably like dropped it in my bag or something. But I'm usually just trace my steps, and like I said, like for the most part I'm organized and I know where all my stuff is. So yeah, I just kind of just retrace my steps. If I just misplace it, it'll just be around the same area or the same room or the same house and stuff like that.
Okay, so if this new product was made public, what features would you personally like to see in it?
Features. The app needs to be like on point. Like it needs to be thought out like thoroughly and be really like designed well and well put together, because like I mentioned earlier, like what if your app isn't working or it just fails. It happens like when sometimes like I know when I'm on Facebook sometimes it just like crashes on me all like so stuff like that like I would hope like the app just is on your side and like kind of make sure like to never like kind of fail and because it could hinder you from finding your or finding your item your whatever it may be. So I feel like that really needs to be well thought out. And then also maybe like as girls like we don't want to have like whatever size it may be. We like pretty things. Like I know me personally, I would love something that's like a bluish color, so maybe have it in different colors or like designs or stuff like that.
Okay. So who do you think would benefit the most from this product? So is there a certain population or demographic versus another?
um well, actually I feel like kids would, it would be really like good for kids because like for example like maybe like you send your kid to school with a really nice jacket or whatever it may be and like kids lose stuff, so you just like drop it in their jacket and then you can kind of find it like when they come home and they're like, oh, I forgot my jacket. Like I feel like kids like really do lose a lot of things, so as like you're the parent or whatever, you can just kind of use that to find things. And another one, and which is like a big one, me being a personal adult, like a young adult personally, feel like we lose a lot of things. We're most, some young adults are responsible, but sometimes like when you're out having fun with your friends or like maybe you're at a festival or like an event or something along those lines, sometimes you just tend to like kind of drop things in your pocket or like put things away or like even forget about where you put it and stuff like that. So I feel like for young adults, like this would be a great product and they could benefit a lot from this.
Okay. So I guess switching gears and looking at it from a different point of view, who do you think would benefit the least from this product?
Mm, some people don't really care for their items. Like I know a few people who are like, "Oh, I lost my laptop. It's fine." Like, it's kind of one of those for them. They're just items. They're just materials. So people who like don't really value their valuable things, I guess, cuz some people are like that. They just they're like, "Oh, we have bigger things to worry about in the world than just misplacing an item." So for those people, I feel like for them, they won't really care to use it. Even if they do have it, they won't really use it. So I would say those people, and also people who don't really have technology or use it. Like for example, like when I used to work at Allstate, I know like a whole bunch of like older people would come in to pay with like an actual check instead of doing it online. So, because that's what we do now. Like everything's online, but they wouldn't do that. They would come in, so they're not technologically savvy. So then they would just, so people like that would just not benefit from this at all.
Okay. Um, so what are the boundaries and so some weaknesses you see in this given product?
Mm, the size of it is something that concerns me because I drop quarters left and right. Like it falls out of my it falls out of my wallet, it falls out of my pocket, like whatever. So I'm kind of afraid of the size and like it kind of blending in with other quarters or anything like that. Like what if I just misplace it? And yeah, like I could use my app to find it, but then it's just like if it constantly happens, like what's the really the point of it, kind of thing.
Okay. So how do you view this product? For example, is it something that you need, or is it something that it would be nice to have, but not really is a necessity to you?
It would be really nice to have, but definitely not a necessity. Like I feel like for me personally, not for me, it's not a necessity because I don't lose a lot of things. If I do, it's like once in a blue moon, but you know, that's just me.
Okay. So again, switching gears, putting it on a general basis, how do you think other individuals would view this product?
Um, for others, it might be like a make it or break it kind of thing. Like some people would really love it because they are like prone to like misplacing things a lot. I know I have those friends who just like they're like, "Oh, where's my wallet?" Da, da, da. Like, so those people would love it. But then again, going back to it, I also know people who don't really care for material things and don't really care if they lose items. So for them, like, there's no point. So,
Okay. So, what other functions do you think this product can serve other than its primary purpose?
um, maybe like big companies could buy it and like attach it to whatever they needed to, like, like that's valuable to them, and then just make sure like it's not misplaced and stuff. Like, I don't know, for example, like my dad, he gets a laptop from his job. So maybe like they could just drop it in one of like the little compartments in the laptop bag and just make sure that, it's always with him and not like my dad's just not going to give it to other people and stuff like that. So I know like a lot of companies give electronic devices especially to their employees. So that could be something they could possibly use.
Okay. Um, so, do you have any additional feedback you'd like to offer, whether it's about the design, the functionality of the product, anything like that?
Mm, no, I'm okay. It's a good item.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.